Sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out. If all the things you never show, there are the things I want to know. Secrets start in your heart to slow. But if you don't want to tell me now, I guess I'll never know.
I like that song. It's like upbeat, you know? Just puts me in I'm always usually in a good mood. Anyways, you guys, welcome back again. Obviously, it's our second live since the first one was delayed. I have it set for Hartford County Sheriff's Office because this is, of course, when they do the press conference. I'll be doing it from the Hartford counties, but instead of just watching it from there, you might as well come into a channel and have a little bit more interaction with people and watch it. So thank you. Yeah, I like it too. Actually, it's actually funny enough. Well, besides, hey, Adam, Aspen Connor, where are you? You're late. You're late for your own show. My problem is that I literally said, even if Adam, so Adam is his real name, Aspen Connor is the name that he goes by, but I've always called him see, now you get tongue twisted, Adam all the time, and then sometimes I revert to Aspen because I know it confuses people that are newer to the channel. Anyway, so Aspen, whatever, you give him the out, and he took the out, buddy. Get over here. Come on now. Quit watching the live. Quit doing your hair and makeup. Get over here. Right, Ray Jones? Anyways, so what was I going to say? Oh, good morning. Stayed up late for this one. Yeah, Miss Dog Lover too. You know, this is going to be hopefully a very informative press conference. We'll see what's going on there. What I was going to say is that actually this song is actually from the free YouTube music. Because nobody wants to use sharing music, you know, type of thing where half the money goes to the artist that's already rich in the first place, you know. So I always use free YouTube music. And you know, you have to get picky sometimes because there's not really a ton of great choices out there. But this one, I just heard it. There's a couple that I've come across where I really like them. But this one is just, yeah, upbeat and stuff like that. I know it's not really an upbeat moment, but here, you know, you have to have the balance of still being able to crack a smile and talk about things. We can't change the past. The past is what it is, but we can certainly bring awareness to the cases, and the cases we, of course, always take seriously when it comes to the victims and their families. So let's see here. Hi, Sees Through. How are you? Brick Walker's in the house. Brick Walker, I thought you were the first one in, but apparently it was. Oh, my husband just sneezed. Sees Through was in there first, actually, Miss Dog Lover. Besides me being here, I guess third, I suppose. Miss Dog Lover makes it back again. And Ray Jones is in the house. PJ Second Chance. Hey, guys. We'll say Jackie Young again. We'll say Crafty 159. And so crafty one, meaning that you're crafty, like sneaky and sly crafty, or that you're crafty and you can make crafts. Who else we got? Streamlabs. Streamlabs is in the house. Don't forget, Streamlabs likes it when you use proper punctuation or it deems you as using a link. CJK's in the house, and Meme Helen is in the house. I always say Mimi. See, I know it's called Meme Maker, but like there's a thing called Meme Maker which I use sometimes in doing my thumbnails on my iPad. But I noticed they got really shitty just recently. I noticed that there was an update, and I want to say that as much as I love Meme Maker, I'm not falling in love with you so much anymore because your little art things, you only got about 20 in there instead of like 2,000. And their AI thing, and if anyone doesn't really understand AI is just a way of putting in words and then it tries to create a picture for you of those words that you said. But I can honestly say that the Meme Maker program, you suck. Okay. Your AI absolutely sucks. I can hear some birdies outside. Anyways, any A1 away straight. Away? I'm not even sure how to say that. A1 A1 Way Street? Always? Oh, is that supposed to be always street? No, no, no. Ooh, that's a little brain one, isn't it? A little brain twister. Anyways, you guys. So again, we're just starting the live. We can talk about whatever. Um, we got about 23 minutes up until the press conference is supposed to start. So how many here? Let's look at the survey here. So 50% think that. So I took a poll. New suspect information. 47% said that. Suspect in police custody. 34% said that. Show a pic of suspect with new info. 0%. A sketch of suspect with new info, 19%. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. Like it could, I mean, they could have had to delay it simply because, you know, again, maybe some other information had come in. Maybe they do have a person in custody. All I know is that we're here because we care and we want justice for Rachel Morin. Hence why we follow cases, right? And for the most part, besides, you know, a few, you know, some of the trolls that go around to channels or those negative freaking nannies that always have to leave their negative input because someone peed off in their cornflakes that morning or in the evening or whatever. Other than that, most people that come to true crime, I would think it was because they're very caring individuals themselves. And I like to think that, or else you wouldn't be here, besides those few optional people that do it for the wrong reasons. Um, so let's see here. My grandma calls me Mimi. Yeah, like Mimi. Yeah, for grandma, Nana. Yeah, grandmother. My grandson chose the name. Yeah. Um, my ex-husband with my son. I have a son. He's 26 years old. His name is Matthew. I called him Matthew so I could call him Max. I felt like it was a strong name. I'm sure glad I didn't name him Ashton because he definitely isn't an Ashton. But I just remember that the ex-husband, when I said Ashton, he's like, no way. So I was like, okay. But I'm so glad that I named him Matthew. My son was always a total bam bam, you know, that kid that if you're playing a sport, you better look out because he's just, you know, like a little brute at the time. And so which I always took pride in. You know that you're that parent. You know, remember the movie The Wild Thing? You know, when he would throw that baseball and you didn't know which way it was going to go, and when it went down the pocket, it was like, wow. That was my son. So when he missed, and he would hit your child with that ball, not intentionally. But when he got it, it was people were so scared when my son went to the pitching mound for that reason. But anyways, he's 26, lives with his father in White Court there, Alberta. That's where there was a bunch of forest fires going on there. And I want to say prayers to all the people in Hawaii that are going through that horrific incident. I shouldn't even say it's more, it's way beyond horrific. That crazy, all the devastation, and you know, and that's the thing that in the United States, like we've had a lot of fires, and some people are complaining, like Canada, keep your fires up there. But trust me, we get your stuff back up here as well. But the thing about the United States over there versus Canada, for us to get a tornado, any sort of cyclone, any sort of, you know, just so, well, you guys, like, especially in Florida, you guys suffer through all these hurricanes and these different things. We barely, for us to get one is like, a rare moment. It happens, but it's rare. So I feel badly for every time that something like that happens. People lose their lives, all the devastation that goes on. Hi, Bev. How are you? Yeah, so I just want to say prayers to everyone that's been affected, of course, and thanks to all the people that have helped out through donations to try to make a little bit of a difference, eh? Hi, Kelly. How are you? Mustangs in the house. Geek mom too. I want my son's middle name to be Maximilian, but the ex said no. I like the name Max. Actually, I like Maximilian, but I'm not gonna lie. When I think of Maximilian, isn't there like a lotto thing called the Maximilians or something like that? Oh, guess who decided to join us? Y'all primped in ready, baby?
I'm ready.
Oh, are you sure?
I am.
Hmm. People want to see you though. You don't want to be seen yet?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, in just a minute.
In just a minute. Yeah, okay. Just a minute. In just a minute, right? In a minute. Isn't that what Libby says, right? In a minute.
Yeah. Give me 1 minute.
you know, Miss Dogliver, I didn't know that at the time. And I was sorry, you guys, but for me, and this is why my heart hurt so badly, again, ever since I was younger, I've always had I was always very aware of people's feelings and emotions and that dynamic of the aura that was going on. You could, like, I can always tell when somebody comes in and you just know not to talk to them because they're in a pissy mood. But I'd sit there and be stupid and go, "Hey, how are you?" Trying to make them feel better. And then sometimes people will literally just walk by you like you didn't say nothing. I hate those personalities. I hate them because for me, I'm so not like that. I could have a bad day, bad moment, and I will just sit there with a smile on my face, going, "Hey, how's it going?" Yeah. The odd time in my life, I'll give you a warning and say, "Look, I'm not having a great day. Just fair warning, okay? Just fair warning." So once I've given you that warning, which is very rare, then it's kind of like, if I'm having a very emotional day or something, because I am a very emotional person. I lead my life from my heart, and that's how I've always led it. So when I was younger, I was very sensitive to words, how people said things, and I still am to this day, but just not as bad. I think now, instead of going away crying that somebody hurt my feelings, now I'm just like, "Did you just hurt my feelings? Did you come at me? Come on, let's go." A little bit different
Right.
now. And I think it's just because I got tired of being soft all the time and crying every time somebody hurt my feeling, which was easy to do. It used to be very easy to do. All someone had to do is say something like, "Are you going to wear your hair like that today?" And I'd be like, "Rude that you even just said it like that. Thank you." And then all of a sudden my eyes would well up with water and I'd bawl like a little baby, you know. Now, now, now this is like a freaking shield of strength. You can't even really crack through it, to be honest. It's hard to. It takes a lot to crack through my shield anymore. So who
Your,
else?
or I guess you could say your shell.
My shell, because I'm a Cancer, the crab.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's just about and again, like Rachel Morin's case. Okay, this beautiful lady, no matter how someone deems her, even if she has like puckered up lips and you know injections and all these different things going on, who cares? They each to their own. She's a person. She's a human being. I mean, I'm not a fan. I don't do that stuff to myself, but I mean, that has nothing to do with the fact that, uh, that somebody tragically killed this poor lady of 5 kids. She didn't
Right.
deserve it. No one deserves to be, you know what I mean? No innocent person ever deserves to have their life taken by anybody else. There's a difference in self-defense and stuff like that. But I'm just talking about this lady was going for a jog and she was brutally attacked. And hopefully today we truly learn some good information about what's going on. Hopefully, they'll tell us that there's a suspect that's being held in the jail, something like
Well,
that, and like an
the
arrest.
the quote from the Hartford County
Yeah,
Police said that that the press conference is to talk about details
new
of the suspect. So
right, new suspect information. But because of the delay, because nobody knows what the delay was about. So you know what? I'm just gonna look at the glass as half full, in a sense. Expect zero, and whatever you get out of it, it's better than zero. So at the end of the day, we're gonna hear some new information regardless. So hopefully at least it's maybe perhaps a sketch, a picture of a person that they have on camera. Maybe they have them in custody.
well,
Yeah,
absolutely.
beautiful.
I mean, and like I said, it's not normal that law enforcement schedules a press conference and then puts it off till 7:30 p.m. at night because these are government workers, so you know they don't want to pay all these people to work extra. So I think it's going to be a
Mm,
significant piece of
information.
information. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Very beautifully. Again, it's just heartbreaking. And like I said, as a mother, as a parent, you know, as a mother, we can resonate because there's no male in here that could ever be a true female if you're not a female. So as a mother, because we're the ones that shoot them down our chute, shoot them down our chute. Okay. Um, and that we're the ones that have to go through the pregnancy and all that stuff. Again, children to me are a gift of God. So I didn't know that when I named my son Matthew. But that's how I think of children. I have such a huge soft spot. I love children beyond belief. Now, my husband now, he doesn't want children, and he's happy every time he hears a child whining. He's like, "Oh, that's exactly why I don't want children." But will he talk to children? Really nice, absolutely. He just doesn't like that piercing sound to his ears. Me, doesn't bug me whatsoever. I don't care.
Same.
I love kids. I think that they're so adorable until they start like flapping back at you, like mine. But
When I hear a little kid, like say I'm at Target, say if I are at the grocery store and I hear a kid just like lose their ever like living mind, what my first thought is? I'm envious because I'm like, I get it. Sometimes
mm,
I want to just scream and throw myself on the floor, but we're adults, and so we would be institutionalized if we did. But I'm like, no, I get it. I like to get what I want. I don't like to do stuff I don't want to do, and if I'm hungry, then I get pissed off. So I get it when kids get upset.
yeah, it's, it's kids,
Right.
you know.
Sometimes I want to lay back and be like, "Ah."
Oh, there's many times as a grown adult that I just want to go to frickin' an open space and scream my head off.
Wouldn't it be
So
fun?
what
Wouldn't it be
is
funny? Wouldn't it be funny if it was socially acceptable that like we could just throw ourselves on the floor and wail
yeah,
about?
yeah. Don't judge.
You're,
So
you're,
Colonel
you're just at
William,
Target, and you're just at Target. They don't have the peanut butter you want, and all of a sudden you just throw yourself on the floor.
I know. What do you mean my peanut butter's out of stock? No, Colonel William Davis. Let me just look that up. Colonel William Davis on Twitter. I don't see Colonel. Did I spell Colonel wrong?
COLO.
Um, Hold on, I'm just trying to find the stream, first of all. Yes, I spelled Colonel right. I spelled William right. I spelled Davis right. Media
What are you looking
alert.
for?
I wasn't, well, it says on Twitter, media alert, Colonel William Davis will hold a press conference, but I don't like. I guess I'm
Well, I,
supposed to be
I
looking
would think
for.
it's on the Hartford County Facebook page.
Well, I mean it is, but it's
Yeah.
saying that at 4 o'clock to provide updates in Rachel Morin.
Yeah.
Media alert: Colonel William Davis will hold press conference at HQ. Mm, I don't, I don't know about that because they would just do it here,
Yeah.
which is
And it's seven.
well,
And it's already 7:20. So.
Yeah, Jackie. I don't. I mean, I don't. I'm on Twitter right now.
A
X.
lot of people have the times like all like mixed up because I was looking at Twitter or X or whatever it's called now, and because originally it was supposed to be earlier today, and so
Yeah.
um, there were like I saw like three different times people posted, uh, but I'm going off the Hartford County's sheriff's page, and they put on their Twitter that it'll be at 7:30 p.m.
Well, I was gonna say, I see what you're saying. I'm coming across. I'm coming across here. Let me just. We'll stop this screen for a second. We'll go over to Twitter X. And so right here, Banfield on News Nation, Colonel William Davis will be giving an update in the Rachel Morin case at 10 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central. And right here it says Hartford Sheriff, which is the one I'm on right now. Media alert, Colonel William Davis will hold a press conference at HQ at 4 o'clock, which is 7, to provide updates. Well, um, I mean,
Right. Oh, they're hiring.
oh, what? Let's see. Hold on. What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this?
Oh,
What
that's
is
the one
this
that
one?
came. That's the notice that came out earlier today.
Oh, okay.
I believe. I can't
It
read it, but I
says a
believe that.
man is in custody after being charged in the homicide of
Oh,
Tyrell Orlando.
that's from 2 days ago.
Oh,
I saw
August
that. I saw
15th.
that and got
Okay.
excited as well.
Okay. Well, at the end of the day, Hartford County is the same Facebook we're on. Maybe they screwed up on the time. I think that's the problem right there. Apologies for the delay. Like, I think maybe, I don't know.
The
Wait,
media
that's
was
when it
probably
was.
supposed to be.
Wait, hold on. The 4 p.m. was when it was supposed to be earlier. That was the earlier.
Yeah.
That
Oh
was the
yeah, yeah,
4
yeah. It was
p.m.
supposed to be at 4 p.m.
The okay. Let's go
Do,
back
do, do.
to yeah. We'll go back to we'll go back here, and we're just gonna stay safe right here. And let's say see who else is in here. Let's see here. I dropped to the floor and pitched a fit because my daughter kept going into the store. She never did again. Hi, Joan. How are you? Sonny, you two work harder than any creators I know. There's a lot of people that I see that do a lot of uh,
There's
creating.
a
So
lot of
there's definitely,
there's a lot of good
and it
creators.
is,
Thank you.
yeah. Like so, like I said, don't be going around. Like you can call people grifters and all that stuff, but honestly, at the end of the day, unless you have a substack of subscribers and views and stuff, you ain't making diddly squat. You're making probably 5 cents an hour for all the hours and the work that you put in. You guys, it's like a craft. It's one of those things when you make a craft and you spent like 10, 20, 30 hours making it, and you can only charge about $45 for it. When you're a small channel, and this is a small channel, it's the same idea, right? I mean, if you're lucky, you might off 1,000 views, you might get $3 per the ad
Yeah.
revenue. So it's
And
because of
and
the
it can be so confusing because like I actually was just looking at this today, and like I put out a video I don't know like a month or so ago, and
yeah.
I was looking at the amount of revenue that one specific video had generated in the last 28 days, and it was like 17 cents, something silly like that. And then like I'd put one out like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it only had 400 views, and
Mhm.
it made more money than the other video did that had more views. And I'm like,
Well, it only depends, Adam, is if in that video that you had a donation from. Was it a live video?
no, no, no. It was like it was like just like my like Keegan
Mm.
Klein video that I put out like 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
It had generated more revenue than
one sec,
a
guys.
couple other of my videos that
Mm,
had
mm.
way more views.
And it just really, again, YouTube is very confusing as a creator. It's all about
Yeah.
retention, CPRs, RPMs, VPRs, this,
And I
blah,
guess
blah,
links
blah.
and all of that, like, because like I had a
Yeah,
Carly Russell video that had like I don't know 1.2K views or something,
yeah,
and it made half the money the Keegan Klein one did, even though the Keegan Klein one had half the viewers. So
yeah.
who knows?
It was the retention of it.
I
It was the
yeah
retention. That's why more people were probably. So, for anyone that doesn't know, retention just means if you hear people when they're making a creators and they say, like Mr. Beast, if you know Mr. Beast, he'll come out right at the get go and he'll be in this video. We're going to be talking about our $250,000, freaking ships that where that was, I think, a $10 million one, whatever it was. Anyways, and he'll be like, make sure that you keep watching this content, and it's all about that. They want you to watch the retention, like they want you to watch.
They want you to watch the length of the video.
Yeah. So
that it holds people's attention.
Exactly. So more retention means, in a sense, more revenue for the creator in the ads department. But hitting the like and the share, just for people that don't know, or if you ever plan on becoming a creator yourself, and so likes. That's why we ask for likes, right? Likes and shares, because that's what pushes it out to the algorithm, as well as other things. But that's the main thing that pushes it out, is when you share a video and then someone else sees it, they share it, and or it gets enough likes that it pushes it out into the YouTube algorithm. My brain ain't smart enough for all that stuff.
Sunny looks like
Oh,
all she does. Oh, here, let
is
me. Do you
eating.
want to do that, or can I?
That's my stalker. That's my stalker. Hey, girl. Hey. We'll just call her. Well, it. Yeah, that one has nothing better to do with their life. But we like those ones because those are the ones that we go, oh, let me just test out my block button again. Yeah,
Right. Well,
those
hey,
ones are.
Sunny. I mean, Jackie Young followed it up perfectly. She said, "It seems all you have to do is say, come on in and eat stuff on a live.'"
Yeah, that's all you need to do. Come on in. Just gonna eat some eggs. Gonna eat some sausage. Come
It's a
on in.
nothing
Come
burger.
on in. Yeah, I'll be like the Miss JLR of YouTube. Come on in. Let's go. Come on. Yeah.
Why don't you refresh that Twitter page and see if anything? We're at 3 minutes.
What Twitter page? There's nothing on it. No one cares. Like, it's just
Oh,
an
the
update.
Facebook page.
Oh, the Facebook one. Yeah. Well, it will start playing. Like, it will start playing when it's time. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, you'll see it pop up on the screen. So we don't have to worry about that.
I always
it's
just
in 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's what. So I always just refresh. Like it's gonna like I'm gonna get like there before everyone else or something.
Oh, yeah. Maybe due to the original content that others didn't cover. I'm trying to click on this. I keep them too. Well, the thing about smaller channels when you are small is that, I'm going blurry, is that you can interact more with everyone.
Right.
You watch some channels and they barely do any interaction, and the only ones that they're usually popping up is the people that do the super chats, type of thing. I don't really like ones like that. I don't care if you give a super chat or not. If we can put up your message, doesn't mean we don't love you, if we can't. But I don't really care whose matches. But when somebody does donate, obviously that's somebody's money that they're putting out to you. You're going to want to read those and you're going to want to thank those people. But at the end of the day, too, that doesn't mean, that you just show people's donations. Yeah, you bring up and you talk with your community. But I get the fact as people get to be these big channels and the chat is going brrrr, you know that it's not easy being a creator. It's just not. It's a lot of work.
Right.
You have to
Or if you do a
multitask.
live stream, or if you do a live stream and you don't have hardly any subscribers, like myself, like on my channel, and
Yeah.
you don't pull up any comments.
Right.
Because like you're doing an
You're
interview and then you're like, oh wait, I didn't read the comments.
welcome. Okay, it's 4:29. Like they're waiting for specifically 4:30, aren't they? Aren't they? Come on. Mm. Hey, if just by chance, if anyone sees it somewhere else before it pops up on here, let me know. Because like let me just go to WFLA. Uh live. Hey, Grizzly True Crime. Wait, she's watching it.
Yeah.
Or she's watching it.
Yeah.
No, why isn't it showing up here? This is where they said that we would be watching it from. Oh, there it is.
Well, there we go.
Okay. Yeah,
You
there
had
we
to
go.
refresh.
Okay, get back up there. Hold on.
Since that first day, over 300 community tips have flooded our inboxes and emails. Her death has grabbed local, state, national, and international headlines, everyone with the same goal: find the killer and bring justice to Rachel. DNA evidence is part of nearly every modern day investigation, and in Rachel's case, DNA evidence was collected by our forensic services unit. That DNA was analyzed by the Maryland State Police, and it was ran through the National CODIS system. DNA evidence this DNA evidence has come back as a match, tied to a home invasion and an assault of a young girl in Los Angeles this past March.
Oh, wow.
Unfortunately, that suspect has not been positively identified, but he did leave behind his DNA. Based on the DNA evidence, we consider the individual in the video we obtained from the Los Angeles Police Department and that we are about to show you on our TV screens to be the person that murdered Rachel Morin on August 5th. So we're now going to show the video. And just so everyone's aware, this video, after this press conference, this video will be posted on our social media. All right, you want to play it one more time?
Wait, we got to see his back?
Yeah, you got to see a little bit of the side. You know I'm going to dissect the shit out of this, right?
Oh my gosh, this is like worse than Delphi.
Oh, Joan, thank you.
When you're ready, we're going to post it on our social media. Based on our analysis of this video and witness observations, we believe the suspect to be approximately 5'9", 160 pounds, and of Hispanic descent. If you have any information about this suspect, we are asking you to please call our detectives at our tip line. And the tip line number is 410-836-7788. We've also established a dedicated tip email address, and that email address is rmtips@hartfordsheriff.org. Again, that's RM as in Rachel Morin, tips@hartfordsheriff.org. We want to make it clear that we believe the suspect acted alone, and he doesn't represent the entire Hispanic community of Hartford County, who we are now partnering with to identify this suspect. I know I can speak for the sheriff when I say we are immensely proud of this community. Our community will not be defined by this tragedy. Our community is one that will work together to get the job done and bring this suspect to justice. In the meantime, in the light of this new evidence, I urge our citizens to use caution while walking on our trails and throughout our community. Be alert, walk with a friend, don't allow yourself to be distracted by your cell phone or headphones. And finally, if you see something that makes you feel uncomfortable or that you think is suspicious, act on those instincts and call 911. And lastly, we will continue our increased presence on the Mom Pa Trail. And now I'll open it up to questions.
Colonel, do you have any other details on what happened in Los Angeles, exactly where, or anything about what this person did there?
So when it comes to the details about Los Angeles, that's the information that the Los Angeles Police Department has, and we were just going to refer people to the Los Angeles Police Department to get those details. Only thing I can tell you is an attack on a young girl.
Any word about a possible motive? Like, was Rachel missing any money or anything like that?
So we are not going to talk about the crime scene at this time, because as I've said in previous interviews, we don't want to talk about the crime scene or what happened at the crime scene, because once we catch this person, we want to make sure we got the right person. And the only people that know what happened at that crime scene when we catch the person is us and that suspect. So we're not giving any details about that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Again, how did you come across, what led you to this particular suspect, this person?
So we collected DNA from our crime scene. The Maryland State Police analyzed that DNA for us, ran it through the National CODIS system, and that came back as a match to the crime that occurred in Los Angeles, where they had recovered DNA from this person that you saw in the video.
The video that we watched, what Tell us about it. I mean, what Los Angeles police released it to you, but what is it? Is it at his home? Is it at a scene of a crime?
That is at a home, and that is the suspect leaving the scene of the crime there.
And that was a home invasion and assault, you said, right?
Correct.
Of a little girl? Is that what you said?
A young girl. So I'm going to leave it at a young girl. I don't want to talk about the family there, but it was a young girl in the house that got assaulted.
What does this do to the case, Colonel? You have an image now of the person you think is believed to be
Correct.
responsible for this. What does that do for the case?
Well, I think now it kind of leads us down the path that we believe this was a person that Rachel probably didn't know. Maybe you could say potentially a random act of violence. And we're hoping that the community now can watch that video. And we also got still pictures that we're going to be putting out, and that somebody can identify him.
Have you narrowed it down to a certain area? Do you think he could still be like somewhere on the Montauk Trail? Or
We don't have any clue where he could be. We don't even know if he's still in Harford County or in the state of Maryland, because obviously in March he was in California, and then here in August he was here in Maryland. So we don't know if he's still here or not.
Do you have any evidence that he was targeting people along that trail, or do you believe this was, completely random?
I don't need to be speculating. We do not know.
Do you think he may be armed, any weapons or anything like that?
Again, speculation.
You describe him, Colonel, as 5'9", 160 Hispanic male. Do we have an approximate age or?
Oh yeah, we believe he's in his low to mid 20s.
Okay.
Do you know do you have a date for when the Los Angeles invasion happened?
I'm just going to put out that it was in March. The Los Angeles Police Department knows that we're doing this press conference, so if you call them, they would probably be able to give you that information.
How rare is this to have a DNA hit from the other side of the country, and talk about that whole process and how that worked?
I mean, this is the first time I've seen a hit in a case that I've been involved in that was that far away for a DNA hit. So I wouldn't say that it's unheard of, but certainly unusual.
For the record, you don't have his name or
No, that's what we're looking for.
Where he lived or anything like that. Is he from LA or?
We don't know.
Okay.
We know nothing more about him other than he was in LA and committed that crime in March, and he was here in August and is the murderer. We believe to be the murderer of Rachel Morin.
To follow up on that question, you identified him through DNA evidence.
What kind of
through this
DNA?
database. So there's no name associated with
No.
that.
No, there's no name associated because it's just evidence from a crime that was submitted, and his DNA on it, like being arrested and getting DNA, that none of that is in the system. However, we are working with we have called the FBI, and we are working with some of their DNA experts in their crime lab to try to help us further analyze this DNA.
Without compromising the investigation, can you tell us? Rachel was found.
Correct.
And it was determined that it was a homicide.
Correct.
Was there trauma? Was she beaten? What was the nature of the
All
homicide?
we've said so far, and I think we're going to leave it at that, is that it was a violent attack.
What's your message?
No relationship at all between Rachel and the suspect.
Well, again, we just got this information last night. Not that we have been able to determine yet that we don't know of any relationship or that they were known to each other before this incident. So I can't really say, but right now, no.
Obviously,
Was there FA?
Already has the community on the edge right now.
Absolutely.
We have somebody out here who just murdered someone. What's your message to the
What,
community?
Adam?
Obviously, people are scared.
I'm thinking
Yeah,
SA.
we want our community to be vigilant. Obviously, the Mom Pa Trail has been open since the day after Rachel was discovered. We have a very large amount of deployment on the Mom Pa Trail. We are going to continue that deployment until either this person is caught or we believe he's not in the area anymore. But our plan is to be vigilant for our community. Our community has been just tremendous with the support they give us and trying to figure out what's going on and calling in tips. And we're hoping that maybe even people from LA will see this interview and see that this person committed that crime there, and maybe somebody knows him. We believe and we hope that somebody who actually knows this suspect that's in the video will be able to identify him for us.
Forgive me if you said this. Are you revealing where the DNA was found?
No.
Was it under fingernails?
No,
or
we're not going to reveal that.
That
Yeah.
video was from Los Angeles.
That video is from
after the assault.
Yeah, that was the suspect leaving the assault that occurred in March in
Sure.
That's doorbell cam, right?
I mean,
Or home security cam.
yes. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Colonel.
Wow.
Sorry, let's come back now.
Yeah. You know, Sonny, do you think, I mean, I don't know if can we
Energy
watch that
space. So
again?
energy
hold
independence is
on.
very, very important to me.
1 sec. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Can we watch it again and stop and break it down as it goes on? Because I mean, I'm sure you had thoughts like I did as he was talking. So
Yeah, because it won't turn into a video yet by
you
them.
can't
It
just
shouldn't.
rewind it.
I know. I think I'll have to go to our live and then watch it from there. At the moment.
Oh.
So give me a second on that.
And yeah, I mean, I can't. I'm surprised they didn't. I'm surprised they didn't say the crime in Los Angeles, because clearly that's what everyone's going to be looking for now. It was the assault of a young girl. They said. I immediately got SA vibes when they said DNA, and they talked about the fact that they weren't going to talk about what kind of DNA. And then seeing him leave the scene in LA shirtless.
Yeah.
Which, you know, it's scary because that, I mean, in 2023, that's, you know, a completely reckless act of violence. Sorry. Right.
Yeah. So you go. No. Let us play this again. Let us play this again. I'll play our live, so we're gonna have to be on mute, so that we don't have any interference. So put yourself on mute, and then I'll play the press conference again. And let's see here. And then I'll probably try to just get a picture out of that as well. But let's see here. It could have. We just walk by. That I just want to go to frickin' an open space and.
But he did leave.
Why isn't it showing up here? This is where they said that we.
Since that first day, over 300 community tips had flooded our inboxes and emails. Her death has grabbed local, state, national, and international headlines.
Can you hear it?
Everyone with the same goal: find the killer and bring justice to Rachel. DNA evidence is part of nearly every modern day investigation. And in Rachel's case, DNA evidence was collected by our forensic services unit. That DNA was analyzed by the Maryland State Police, and it was ran through the National CODIS system. This DNA evidence has come back as a match, tied to a home invasion and an assault of a young girl in Los Angeles this past March.
Oh, wow.
Unfortunately, that suspect has not been positively identified, but he did leave behind his DNA. Based on the DNA evidence, we consider the individual in the video we obtained from the Los Angeles Police Department and that we are about to show you on our TV screens to be the person that murdered Rachel Morin on August 5th. So we're now going to show the video. And just so everyone's aware, this video after
the quality isn't as good
this
because
video
it's
will be
still live.
posted on our social media. All right, you want to play it one more time?
Wait, we got to see his back?
Yeah, you got see a little bit of the side. You know I'm going to dissect the shit out of this, right?
Oh my gosh, this is like worse than Delphi.
Oh, Joan, thank you.
When you're ready, we're going to post it on our social media. Based on our analysis of this video and witness observations, we believe the suspect to be approximately 5'9", 160 pounds, and of Hispanic descent. If you have any information about this suspect, we are asking you to please call our detectives at our tip line. And the tip line number is 410-836-7788. We've also established a dedicated tip email address, and that email address is RM.
Okay.
I'm just because I'm just trying to think of my thought. I'm just trying to think of my thoughts, like as from what I saw there. Did they say the age of the girl in LA?
Look, they said Bev says 11-year-old girl.
That's
Sorry,
yeah. I was like, I'm trying to remember now if I heard 11 years old or not, or if I just heard young girl.
well, Bev says 11 years. I was
Okay.
sorry. I was trying to do things behind the scene as it was playing
Yeah.
again, hoping that you guys all will catch the information. So thank you very much, Helen. Appreciate the super sticker as well. And thanks again, Joan, for yours. Again, if anyone does want to buy us a cup of coffee and something like that, we appreciate it so much. Or send a super chat or sticker. Thank you guys so much. So we'll talk about this for sure. And then I'm going to get my butt on. You guys know I love to work and make videos and bring things closer for you. So, we can try so people across social media can bring the best, of that picture.
Helen Harris super
Thank you,
chat.
Helen.
I lost $20. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen again, and thank you, Joan.
Oh, meme Helen is Helen Pinneth. So thank you.
Oh, okay. Miss Dog Lover, is the quality of this live not as good as the other one? Is that what's going on?
Right.
We need familiar. Yeah, so like bottom line is they said that they have the DNA. So when they're talking about the crime scene, keeping it close to my, you guys have the actual thing that totally convicts someone, which is
Well, DNA.
gotta wait. Double. When it goes double.
DNA is only. Thank you so much, Miss Doglover. DNA is only helpful if you have a match to it. So I mean, like this home invasion that they had in LA in March.
Yeah.
That they have a video of. They've not been able to identify the person whose DNA they have, which means he's not in the system. And now the person who's not in the system has committed 2 crimes.
Yeah, but they have his DNA from this crime.
Well, yeah, but they still don't know who he is.
No, that's just it. That's
why
they're
going to have to find a match now. I mean, just like they have DNA in John Benet Ramsey's case, they've never been able to match it to someone. That's the problem.
But if they find the gentleman, right? If they find the gentleman, right, then they're gonna get his actual DNA,
right,
and then they're gonna match it to,
and then they'll match it. Absolutely.
But we have to find this guy.
Yeah.
We have to do our part and spread this picture. Like I said, if somebody comes across a good picture, but that's why it's kind of like right now I'm just itching to go and play that part.
I mean,
get a video out to you guys.
And I'm on my phone, so it's a small screen. So I'm like I'm later I'll look at this video bigger, but like what I saw in like the I'm assuming that was like a doorbell camera that we watched that captured him, which he clearly knew that camera was there because he backed out of that doorway.
Yeah. Because he knew that there was a cam there.
Yeah, and so I mean, I think they said they believe he was 5'9", which I know we're not at that part of the video yet, but I'm just my overwhelming first thought is nothing that I heard in this press conference would explain why the Hartford police would tell the public there was no threat to public safety, because from what I just saw with the suspect that they released information about, I would think there's an escalated level of threat to the public.
Absolutely. And that's absolutely it. And I totally disagree. Just because they don't want, you want to cause awareness. Yeah.
And I get, you don't want to cause a mass hysteria, but you know what? You can't lie to the public in an attempt to calm people's fears, because all it does is make you more suspicious of what authorities tell you when they tell you you have nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah.
And then now 12 days later, or 12 days later, they tell you, oh, be careful on the trails. Don't have your headphones in. Be diligent.
Well, do me a favor.
What, you know, think of all of the horrible things that could have happened in those 12 days.
Hey. I'm going to stop you for a second. I'm going to let you talk with the group here. I know that Adam can't see what you guys are saying with regards to the case. Oh, can you? Okay, great.
Yeah.
I'm going to go try to pull off the best picture I can, at least to
Right.
bring that there.
Well, why don't you play the rest of the press
Play
conference?
the rest of this? Will do.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Tips at hartfordsheriff.org. Again, that's RM as in Rachel Morin, tips at hartfordsheriff.org. We want to make it clear that we believe the suspect acted alone, and he doesn't represent the entire Hispanic community of Hartford County, who we are now partnering with to identify this suspect. I know I can speak for the sheriff when I say we are immensely proud of this community. Our community will not be defined by this tragedy. Our community is one that will work together to get the job done and bring this suspect to justice. In the meantime, in the light of this new evidence, I urge our citizens to use caution while walking on our trails and throughout our community. Be alert, walk with a friend, don't allow yourself to be distracted by your cell phone or headphones. And finally, if you see something that makes you feel uncomfortable or that you think is suspicious, act on those instincts and call 911. And lastly, we will continue our increased presence on the Mom Pa Trail. And now I'll open it up to questions.
Colonel, do you have any other details on what happened in Los Angeles, exactly where, or you know, anything about what this person did there?
So when it comes to the details about Los Angeles, that's the information that the Los Angeles Police Department has, and we were just going to refer people to the Los Angeles Police Department to get those details. Only thing I can tell you is an attack on a young girl.
Any word about a possible motive? Like, was Rachel missing any money or anything like that?
So we are not going to talk about the crime scene at this time, because as I've said in previous interviews, we don't want to talk about the crime scene or what happened at the crime scene, because once we catch this person, we want to make sure we got the right person. And the only people that know what happened at that crime scene when we catch the person is us and that suspect. So we're not giving any details about that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Again, how did you come across, what led you to this particular suspect, this person?
So we collected DNA from our crime scene. The Maryland State Police analyzed that DNA for us, ran it through the National CODIS system, and that came back as a match to the crime that occurred in Los Angeles, where they had recovered DNA from this person that you saw in the video.
The video that we watched, tell us about it. I mean, what Los Angeles Police released it to you, but what is it? Is it at his home? Is it at the scene of a crime?
That is at a home, and that is the suspect leaving the scene of the crime there.
And that was a home invasion and assault, you said, right?
Correct.
Of a little girl? Is that what you said?
A young girl. So I'm going to leave it at a young girl. I don't want to talk about the family there, but it was a young girl in the house that got assaulted.
What does this do to the case, Colonel? You have an image now of the person you think is believed to be responsible for this. What does that do for the case?
Well, I think now it kind of leads us down the path that we believe this was a person that Rachel probably didn't know. Maybe you could say potentially a random act of violence. And we're hoping that the community now can watch that video. And we also got still pictures that we're going to be putting out, and that somebody can identify him.
Have you narrowed it down to a certain area? Do you think he could still be like somewhere on the Mom Pa Trail?
We don't have any clue where he could be. We don't even know if he's still in Hartford County or in the state of Maryland, because obviously in March he was in California, and then here in August he was here in Maryland. So we don't know if he's still here or not.
Do you have any evidence that he was targeting people along that trail, or do you believe this was, completely random?
I'd only be speculating. We do not know.
Do you think he may be armed, any weapons or anything like that?
Again, speculation.
You described him, Colonel, as 5'9", 160 Hispanic male. Do we have an approximate age or?
Oh yeah, we believe he's in his low to mid 20s.
Okay.
Do you know do you have a date for when the Los Angeles invasion happened?
I'm just going to put out that it was in March. The Los Angeles Police Department knows that we're doing this press conference, so if you called them, they would probably be able to give you that information.
how rare is this to have a DNA hit from the other side of the country, and talk about that whole process and how that worked?
I mean, this is the first time I've seen a hit in a case that I've been involved in that was that far away for a DNA hit. So I would say that it's unheard of, but certainly unusual.
For the record, you don't have his name or
No, that's what we're
where
looking
he
for.
where he lived or anything like that. Is he from LA or?
We don't know.
Okay.
We know nothing more about him other than he was in LA and committed that crime in March, and he was here in August and is the murderer. We believe to be the murderer of Rachel Morin.
To follow up on that question, you identified him through DNA evidence.
What kind of
through the
DNA?
database. So there's no name associated with
No.
that.
No, there's no name associated because it's just evidence from a crime that was submitted, and his DNA on it, like being arrested and getting DNA, that none of that is in the system. However, we are working with we have called the FBI, and we are working with some of their DNA experts in their crime lab to try to help us further analyze this DNA.
Without compromising the investigation, can you tell us? Rachel was found.
Correct.
And it was determined that it was a homicide.
Correct.
Was there trauma?
Sonny, you're muted.
Yeah, 1 second. I'm trying to figure out where the other noise is coming from. Oh, I think I know. Hold on. Where the heck is that noise coming from? Oh, right here. Go away. Okay. So let me just go ahead.
Or say, well, you're Geek Mom 2 says, so if they didn't know that he was armed, that tells me probably strangled. Geek Mom, the reports that they have that have been said about the crime scene are that, well, I mean, the quote that the guy Michael used was, her face was gone. And so the theory that I think is probably most likely is that she was beaten to death, possibly with a rock, which would also explain why they would say that they don't know if the perpetrator is armed or not. Because I think he might have used something from the crime scene to commit the crime. But I think they would have said had she passed from strangulation. So.
Yeah. Okay. So 1 second here, and let me just see. I just did this very quickly, so let me just see if it works or not. Present video file.
And Sonny, have you refreshed that Facebook page? They may have released pictures like they said they were going to.
Okay, wait. Just okay. Where's the video? Okay, right here. No. Oh, why is it called that? Or does it have something at the start? Hold on a second here.
Yeah, Miss Doug Glover. I heard the same thing, that the crime scene was. I heard that. I think that initially, because if you remember when she was first found, police came out pretty quickly and said they felt like this was a targeted attack, which I think was partly why they said that the public didn't have a need to worry. But in this press conference, you heard the sheriff say that, it was, in their opinion now, probably a random act of violence and someone that was not known to Rachel. So I believe that the crime scene was brutal. And I think that's why that they thought it was Target originally, is because of the brutality of the crime scene. Because typically a stranger on stranger act of violence doesn't require the amount of overkill that we have heard about in Rachel's case.
Let me just, okay, I was wondering why it was showing a picture, but let me just cancel this. There's not going to be no great picture out of this, no matter what. because the
Well,
lighting.
the law enforcement are gonna release. I mean, they said in the press conference that they're gonna
Well,
release still
yeah.
photos of the suspect.
Yeah, of course, but there's not going to be no great photo out of it. I'll tell you that much. But
Maybe
hopefully
now.
enough. Okay, let me just take this down. There's no sound. I'm just showing you guys. Just showing you
Well,
guys the video.
And it probably hasn't processed to a higher grade resolution either yet. It's still probably in
Correct,
720.
exactly. Yeah. Okay, so we'll just, because like I said, all this blue lighting. So meaning the police, even the police, are not going to have. Now, I don't see any tats going on.
No.
I see
He
someone
looks
that
taller than 5'9" to me in the picture.
I know.
But the
He
picture
does
is from a
too.
down angle. I mean, I get that it's from a lower angle, but like
Yeah.
look at him in proportion. No, with the doorway, he does look maybe like it's probably 5'9", yeah. Because look
Well,
at
hopefully,
even when he walked by the little thing hanging outside of the doorway.
someone's going to have to know his hairstyle back then in March. Someone's going to have to recognize one of the key points will be to
Right.
recognize that hairstyle because
He's definitely young.
Right, he's
And
definitely young.
And that's a barber haircut. So I mean that's a every 2-week haircut.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
whoever cuts his hair does it quite often. The thing I feel like is most promising with identifying this guy is they have his DNA.
Yeah.
They can place him in Los Angeles in March. Clearly, he has to have some tie to Maryland. So
Yeah.
you're whittling down like the suspect criteria pretty quickly and right there alone. You have a Hispanic male in there. I think they said lower to mid 20s, who has ties to the Los Angeles, California area and the Hartford County, Maryland area. So right, those three things, those three things alone are going to whittle this down to a smaller profile.
Hopefully, I mean, like Transporter said, if you guys watch the door, he leaves the door. Okay, and then look at, you see a hand.
Yeah, no, you do.
Shut the door there.
Yep.
So that person, so there has to be some sort of sketch that must be being done. You would think.
What I'm thinking, what we're seeing there is sadly is that I think there was probably an assault on a young person. They didn't say child, so I'm going to say young person. And I think we're probably seeing their hand shut the door as the person's leaving. I don't know if it was a violent attack. I think it might have just been a encounter that this, early 20s male had with a younger person.
Okay.
It could have even been consensual, even though that would still be a crime if they're underage.
Okay, stop for a second. Adam, just for a sec. I'm going to go back to the Hartford one, and we're going to watch it better on there. So, okay, we're going to watch, I think, a better, whoops, stop it, get open. We're going to watch it better on here. Okay, let's see here. This is a better quality now to watch. Okay, this is better, guys. Okay, let's see here.
Okay. Oh, you can see his face. You can see his face.
Better, yeah.
Right, like you can see the profile right there. Like,
yeah, I'm just gonna
right there.
I'm gonna hit record. Hold on. It's hard when you're trying to multitask here. Let me just hit screen record, so I can record it and bring it
really
up better.
dark eyebrows.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So let's.
And he's wearing a chain.
Okay.
Did you see that?
Yeah, he's got a chain on. Yeah.
Yeah, he's wearing a chain on his neck, which you couldn't see in the other video because of the quality.
Yeah. Okay, we need to capture this person. We need to share this. Go Let me drop the link for people that don't have it.
Yeah, this doesn't look like a home invasion to me, to be honest.
It doesn't, does it?
No, to me, this looks like something. I'm going to speculate that this might have been someone that was a minor, and this might have been someone this person is an adult male met online, and even though it might have been consensual, it would still be a crime because they were a minor, which is why I
Yeah.
think you see that hand shutting the door.
Okay, let's.
And also why I think that, the public probably wasn't, more notified of this in the California area at the time, because this doesn't look like a home invasion to me. It looks like someone voluntarily leaving without a shirt on.
Well, I was gonna say, like, so, like, if he's on the camera, what about him coming in at the
Well,
start?
he had to have gone into a different entrance,
Maybe.
maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Or I mean, I have,
Right.
I mean, I mean, I've many times not picked something up on the Ring doorbell camera that I would have thought I should have. It just didn't trigger it for some reason. But I mean, clearly I don't know. I mean, he's holding his clothes.
Yeah.
Is he wearing shoes?
Let's see. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay.
He's got a good body. You can tell.
Yeah. You know.
Not to compliment him because that's disgusting, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like he has shoes. Eh?
Yeah, I saw something there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, those are shoes right there.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Looks
like I
like
said,
some sort of white sneakers.
hopefully someone's gonna recognize that haircut on him,
Yeah.
or from. Come on,
Well,
dude.
And like I said, I mean, just the fact that this
Right
is
there.
a Hispanic male in his early 20s with ties to California and Maryland is going
Yeah.
to whittle down the suspect list, and they
Yeah.
have his DNA.
You know, because I would think that they would have gone through her social media.
That big nose too.
What?
Sorry, he has a big nose too.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. I was almost thinking he was East Indian, if anything.
I was thinking the same thing, Sonny. I was
Yeah.
thinking he almost looked Middle Eastern to me.
Yeah.
I'd be interested if that house across the street had a Ring doorbell camera.
Well, the thing is that you would think that they would have done their job there and gone around, considering this is
Right.
LA. You would have think
Right.
that.
You guys, I think he's holding a hoodie. I think he's carrying a hoodie.
Actually, doesn't it seem like he's carrying shoes in his hand? Or what's he carrying in his hand?
I think he looks like he's carrying a sweatshirt or a hoodie.
No. Besides that, hold on. Let's see here. Okay, so that looks like a hoodie right there. You see those black shoes with the white right here?
See, I mean, that's kind of what I thought. That's what I thought I saw at first, but
It might not be, but
um,
it certainly looks like when somebody carries shoes in their hand. Yeah, those are shoes. You can see the sole right here.
so
and
maybe
then
he's
the
a
shoe-
sock. Maybe he's just wearing socks.
I'm thinking those are white socks.
So maybe we're seeing white socks. So he left in a hurry.
Yeah.
These two, I was wondering that too. I think it's his cell phone in his pocket. I think it's sticking out of the top of his pocket.
Yeah,
and
those
I
are
think
shoes.
I think the light is illuminated on his cell phone.
Yeah.
And that's what you're seeing shining.
Yeah. Right
Does that make sense? See it right
That's
there. I feel like
yeah.
that's his cell phone lit up.
Yeah. But those are definitely shoes in his hand. He's wearing socks.
Yeah, he's wearing white socks. That's why he looks so flat-footed too.
Yeah.
Miss Dogliver, I think the minor, I think the young person that he is accused of attacking, or is accused of assaulting.
Well,
even if it was consensual, if they're a minor, that's an assault. I think that's who's closing the door.
Yeah, that definitely is him carrying shoes. He's wearing socks. He's got a chain. Someone's gonna this guy's gonna get identified, hopefully.
Right. Well, and did the victim? I mean, maybe the victim in California is not cooperative. Maybe they weren't cooperative, but I mean, they would have to know where they met him and how that he got their
Right.
address.
Like that doesn't make sense, right? Because they would have met him, like you said, somewhere. Whether it was on.
Well, that's why I'm thinking this was. That's why I'm thinking this was some sort of consensual thing, that because they were a minor, that was still an assault.
But the thing is that why would they have
And they
this
had DNA from that, because if they were a minor, the parents could get DNA testing off of a kit, even if it was consensual.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I don't even like to use that word because it's not consent if you're under the age of 8. You know, I just don't know a better word to use in that regard.
Let me just make this. Hey, wait a minute. Why did it go there? The heck? I didn't close you off.
Right.
Why did it go to that?
I mean, let's be honest. Like when I was in high school, like I knew people in high school that dated guys in their 20s.
Okay.
It wasn't right, but I did.
Okay, you guys. So make sure you go over. Here we go. I'm going to post it again here in the chat. I want you guys to go put this all over your social media. Okay. You guys go to that website. You guys go grab this. I'm going to stick it up on the community page right now.
Right.
And this is the
Surprised
best.
they didn't use the picture where you could see his face a little bit more, like one frame later.
Yeah.
But Sisu, I think he might have left. Do you notice how fast that hand was waving him to, like when he left? I think he left in his socks and without a shirt on for a reason. I think he probably had, I think someone probably realized that someone was at the house. Right. And Mustang, I think he probably did have a car. I mean, if they really wanted to find the guy, I mean, if they went back and did cell phone triangulation from that area, they might be able to find him. Because that was his cell phone lit up in his pocket.
Yeah. Come on, your channel.
They're gonna find this guy. This guy was not. This guy did not. He's erratic, which in some ways is scarier.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys. I'm just trying to post it on. Got too many fucking tabs open here. Okay, I'm just gonna go post the images on Drag 5 files. Yeah, come on, select from my computer. I'm gonna go so there's an English version and a Spanish version. So I'm gonna post that. So that's gonna be on the community page if you want to grab them from there. Just simply go to that site yourself. I'm just going to go quickly to my Twitter here, and I want to go paste it around. Sooner this guy's caught, the better. I am absolutely a little bit TO'd, and the fact that they deem this as, you know what, just be protective of yourself. That is a shitty way. I'm sorry, but that is a shitty way of doing things.
Yeah.
Because this should have been definitely a high alert. And that they should have said, we advise you to stay off the trails until we, type of thing, till we can provide some more information, something like that.
Right. Or just simply say, we don't have enough facts to answer that question.
Yeah.
So we advise the public to use their discretion in their actions. But, they came out right away and said, this appears to have been a targeted thing. No need for public concern. And now we're 12 days later. I just, and the only reason I think it sticks out to me that much is because I see it so often. They said it in Delphi. They said it in Idaho.
Yeah.
And now all 3 of these cases, it appears that that not one of the perpetrators was someone directly tied to one of the victims. Which
They really
means
made it sound
in
like
each case, there was a threat to the public.
okay. So
And
just
I think that I personally, I also think that the Hartford police could tell. I think they could tell the public what type of DNA they have, because I think it could actually tell people what type of things to look out for. I mean, if this was an SA, which I'm assuming it might have been, I mean that gives us an idea of what kind of demographic should look out for him. I don't know. I
Yeah.
get frustrated when I hear that police tell people not to worry, and then 12 days later they come out and say, "Yep, looks like it was
Yeah.
a random stranger." Oh, but by the way, we also just bought a $20,000 ATV.
Right. Yeah. Um. Let's see here. It's 5:16.
Right.
I
It's
just
you too. I don't know. I don't think this was a home invasion.
well, well
Nothing from what I looked at in that video gave me home invasion vibes.
but Adam, why would they be showing this video? Why would they be showing that
If,
video? That wouldn't make
if
sense.
you, it's if there was an assault on a minor, even if she invited him in, if there was an illegal act that took place inside the home, that it would be considered an assault.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they wouldn't be showing us this video at all if you like. So it was
If
deemed
the
as a
DNA
home
matched,
invasion, huh?
if the DNA matched, of course they would. I mean, it's what they have.
No, wait, okay, wait, hold on. Let me finish what I'm saying. So this is obviously the home invasion that they're talking about, right? That happened in LA. And that's why
Yeah.
they have this footage. So that's why they're showing us it, because it's the best footage they have from what they deemed as that home invasion, right? Correct?
Right. I'm just hung up on the word home invasion. I think because what I'm
Oh,
watching on camera is not
doesn't
in.
seem like a home invasion.
It does not seem. I mean, there's a person shutting the door.
Don't see tattoos. Right,
I mean,
exactly.
and they don't look hostile as he's leaving.
Well, I was gonna say though, but he could be saying to them, you know what, you fucking call the police and I'm gonna freaking kill you or something like that, you know? And then she just slams the door and instantly turns around and calls the cops. But the thing is that why well, like I said, so unless he came in through like maybe he was already in the house, right? Maybe he was already in the house through the door or something. Um,
Well, I mean, if someone convinces a minor to let them into their home, I mean, it could still be considered a home invasion. I feel like the wording might be a little opportunistic when it says home invasion. I mean, I think an assault, of course, took place there. I mean, if he was with a minor, but
I think it was a home
I
invasion, like that he
no,
could have
I
been
mean, I
in there.
understand that, but that's what that is what they said. I mean, I think the wording of that might have been.
You know what you're saying. I'm going to disagree because I think that it was considered a home invasion, that he could have been in there already. Maybe they just deemed it as that term because that's the term that fit it.
Right.
Is
Well, I
called
mean,
it a home
technically, I think that is
invasion.
what it would be.
You know,
Even
um,
if a minor let him in, it would be
yeah.
considered a home invasion if he was an adult that went into the home of a minor.
How do they not have a sketch at this time? Like meaning from back in March,
Well,
the
that's what I
person
wonder. Is that person in March not being?
right.
Are they not being cooperative? Because I don't know. I'm just guessing. So I mean,
Yeah. So the home invasion was where, Adam? In Sherwood, did you say?
it was in Los Angeles. I think Los Angeles County, they said, right? LA
Maybe.
police.
Los Angeles,
Yeah.
March.
Boston, yes, they did.
So now the whole freaking news is filled with Rachel Morin, potential suspect, March, instead of just the March
Right.
invasion.
A
coming
mother
up.
passes away with her baby inside, and her husband does
I
the
wonder if
something.
the Los Angeles police have put anything on their social media. Because, I was also thinking about what caused the delay in the press conference. And I think, it would have had to have been, in my opinion, from what we've seen now, it would have had to have been something about coordinating information with Los Angeles.
Yeah. Just gonna play this one more time.
Right.
Yeah, the whole media is filled with this all at the second.
Yeah. Miss Dogger, he's definitely rushing out the door. But
This
he's not
is-
running. He's rushing, but he's not running.
Yeah. Because
Like, he had time to get his shoes and his shirt and hold
his
them.
shoes. That's probably one of the best views you're gonna get, is right there of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look at that nose and look at the facial. That's why he looks Middle Eastern in a way to me.
I know, because that's some solid nostrils, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that's some solid nostrils going on there.
He's not wearing. I don't know if he's wearing underwear either, but okay.
Probably not. Yeah. I think what we're gonna do is I'm simply gonna we're gonna end the live, actually. And then if anyone has anything that they find in regards to this, with regards to the March 2023 invasion, either a sketch or a story of it, we'll come back. I'll do another live. It might not show up though in your notifications, because I've already hit, like YouTube only does like 3 a day for sending out notifications to people on there. But I really want to dissect the picture better, and try to find more information with regards to that March 23rd 2023 this thing right here, see what else information that there is, and then come back and do another live. I'll do one in like maybe about 2 hours, an hour and a half time. So you just look for the fact if we go live at that time, or I will.
Then it was in CODIS. It didn't. They don't have a suspect match, but the crime. That's how they found it. They ran it through CODIS, and it matched this crime in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So they just don't have a suspect to match it to.
But I think right here, that's going to be the best visual of his face, like to stare at the moment. And he does. I mean, it's like he has 2 nostrils. Like he has some flair going on there, those nostrils. So we're looking for a guy with a barber cut hair, huge nostrils, athletically fit,
early to mid 20s, Hispanic, 5'9".
Yeah.
He looks to be about 160, maybe 150.
Yeah, somewhere in that area, probably, right? That's typically where someone usually lies, about that range. Yeah. But it's too bad there's no freaking tattoo. Dude, no wonder he probably doesn't get tattoos, because he knows that tattoos are going to get him caught.
Right.
Yeah, well, he will grow his hair. But the bottom line is that the national media didn't know about this story. This was just a story in LA back in March, didn't make national news because it was, it didn't reach like it's reaching now. So the chances of him being caught now, because somebody that gave him a haircut can go, hey, I gave that guy that haircut. I know who that guy is.
Yeah. And with that haircut, he could have.
Oh, I see.
This guy could have a fro by now.
Yeah.
And he also, this is 12 days after. Maryland's approximately 2,900 miles from Los Angeles. So, he could be anywhere. But I think the best clues that the police are going to have are the fact that this guy, they know his ethnicity, his age range, his weight.
Yeah.
They have his DNA, and they know that he has ties to California and Maryland. That those two things alone are going to whittle it down.
Yeah. Like we all know that his
You
hair.
don't just go to Maryland from California for no reason.
Yeah, exactly. And again, yes, his haircut may be long now, but for a potential person that gave this guy this haircut that might not have paid attention to the news back then, because it's made national news now. Now someone actually might go, "Oh, hey, I recognize that person," you know, because it's getting more national attention than just say local attention. And like it probably came out and the story died fast. Rachel Morin's case is all over the news.
Oh
So
yeah,
that's
and
the
that's a
type of
fresh
tension.
haircut.
That one there, yes.
Yeah, like when
That's a
he
fresh.
committed the crime in March, like when he committed that crime in March, like that was he had gotten his haircut that week.
Yeah. Now don't forget Adam's a hairdresser, so he absolutely would know on that part for sure. So and then again he has whatever brand that is of running shoe, black with white on the side, whatever brand that is. But either or, hopefully now with this case being national, it will somehow lead to
Right.
his arrest in the very near future. I do not believe he's in Maryland anymore. I personally believe he's left the state of Maryland.
He's probably back in California.
Chances, yeah, you know what? Wouldn't shock me if he was back over there. No, you know what? If he knew her, they would have given us that information.
No,
This seems to
they
be
even
okay.
said they even said it. They even said they think it. They even said it. You know, it potentially is random act of violence
Yeah.
from a stranger.
Well, so now it can shut up all those people that were trying to blame Richard Tobin and the ex boyfriends and stuff like that. So now those people can shut up and just promote bringing awareness to the actual suspect of this case, and get on the right track of it, because
Right.
people, I never, like I said, I learned my lesson from Delphi on that one. It's just best to show what you got in a sense. Obviously, I mean, Richard Tobin was obviously the first person looked at, but they basically had cleared him, and it's not cleared him specifically, but made the comment of, "Hey, yeah, of course we've checked out the boyfriend, da 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 da," But then like there was the three dads, I'm sure people were diving into, but now that we at least have at least a partial picture of this gentleman, um, hopefully we can get some results. And if he was on social media, they would have been able to find and know his name. They would have
Right.
been able to track his IP and everything with all the technology that they have. If it was somebody, they would have gone through Rachel's social media. I mean, it's been over like 2 weeks now. So they would have had a good grasp probably of her social media. And maybe not. I mean, perhaps, take some time to get into those things as well. Who knows? But I know that the family would have given access to look at everything and anything, whether it was dating sites or not. But you know how dating sites are. It's like regardless, there's always like a trail with that stuff. The only time it's a harder trail is when someone's using a VPN, but those can be easily found out through a VPN, and that's why people kind of go to the dark web when it's certain
Right.
things, to make it harder to be able to be traced and stuff like that. But VPNs, they're
Well,
a deterrent for police for sure, but not going to stop them. Anyways, you
hi,
guys,
bro. If this guy is in it, if this guy's in his mid to early 20s, I guarantee you he's on a dating website. I don't know if that's how he met Rachel, but
yeah.
if he's a single guy and he's in his early 20s, he's probably on a dating website.
Yeah.
It's just too ingrained in the culture of people now.
Yeah, because he's obviously a perv, because he's obviously like a stalker of females in a sense, because he's doing acts such as these and the horrific one on Rachel. Chances are he's on those dating websites for sure, and he could have met her that way, and maybe they just haven't found him yet. But
Right.
As for now, there's nothing like that that's been said. So at the moment it seems random that
Right.
he, was on the trail. Uh, Again, a connection brought him to that area, and
Yeah.
he knew it was a good place to come across someone by themselves.
Well,
But
and Los Angeles now, I think, also has a much more pertinent reason to look into the case that they had. I mean, a simple home invasion with an assault victim is horrible, but
yeah,
it doesn't get in a city like Los Angeles. I mean, where they have multiple homicides a day. You know, a simple home invasion with an assault's not going to get all of the resources that a nationwide homicide would. But now that crime is linked to this,
yeah,
I guarantee you they're going to be looking at, because I mean, this looks like a residential neighborhood that he's in, right in this where this house is. So
yeah.
I'm assuming he walked down that sidewalk and got into a vehicle,
Well, yeah,
and they know the address of this house, and I would assume they're going to be looking at camera footage from everywhere around this house at that point.
yeah.
Now to see if they can track a vehicle leaving the area, coming to the area, to further the investigation.
Yeah. So it could be only because I want to start ending this live now, guys.
Yeah.
So we can get to work. So if there's anyone that finds any information with regards to the address of this home or whatever, so we can look at it, see the kind of like how the setup is of this house, from Google Earth and whatever, send an email to acrimingshame@gmail.com. Up there, acrimingshame@gmail.com. So right now, I'm just gonna get off here. Gonna go look at that video, try to bring it in as best as I can, slow it down, whatever. Try to see what else is out there for anything good that we can show you, guys. But I know that I'll be back, probably in about an hour and a half time, maybe a little bit longer, but somewhere between 5:30 is my time, which is 7:30, which is 10:30 East Coast. Anyways, I'll be back. I don't know what Adam has to be doing, if you can make it back or not. Either way,
I honestly think there will be information out on the internet in the next hour about about. I think there'll be enough information out within the next hour that we'll be back, like in the next hour and a half or so.
no, you don't have to post the address to show the home on there. You don't have to post an address to put, to show the home on Google Earth.
Yeah.
You don't have to show the street. You don't have to show whatever. You can just show like the home in a sense of this. Anyways, meaning if the information is out there, Cat H, the information is already out there on the internet, showing it, then it's already out there. Then that's just simply public information that the police might have put out already. Chances are not. But either or, you can still go through, Google and show the home without showing the address on it. Anyways, bottom line is, I really hope that because of this now, Sunny is waving goodbye when he leaves. He leaving. Goodbye. Anyways, okay, you guys. So with that being said, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the donations, Joan and Miss
Ben said,
Oliver.
is he waving goodbye when he leaves? Sorry.
What'd you say?
Ben said, is he waving goodbye as he leaves?
Sunny, is he waving goodbye as he leaves? Oh, you mean the guy?
Yeah, that's what I thought, but I mean, he's in a hurry to leave, but he does kind of. I mean, it doesn't look.
Right. It's kind of one of those.
Right.
It's kind of one of those.
He kind of casually walks away.
Yeah. Didn't blow her a kiss. Didn't blow her a kiss.
Oh, did he?
No. Or did he?
Right.
Okay. Live's gonna end. So I was thanking Miss Dog Lover, Joan, and Meme Helen, who's the other one as well.
Helen Parith.
Parith, yeah. Anyways, you guys. Okay, so whoever shows up for a live in a couple hours, I'll be here, and whoever else will be here. Other than that, sorry, I get ADHD because now I just simply want to go look at the video footage and check out the stories and try to find anything that we can help to, try to get this guy. So go to the community page, post it on your Facebook, Twitters, any social media. Just spread it, okay, guys? Here, look at Sunny's giving kisses. So, Adam, did you catch it? Oh, that's what I thought you said. Okay, guys, take it easy. Thank you so much. This is Sunny Justice and Aspen Connor from It's a Crime and Shame, wishing you all